Welcome to Subramani. Some more about my journey as an investor. Sometime in 1988, 89 or maybe 1990, I had some surplus money which I decided I would buy a software, a technical software as they call it, which shows the charts about head and shoulder and rising DMA, 200-day DMA, 80-day DMA, 50-day DMA, 8-day DMA, right? Which is the moving averages and things like that. So I actually not a big believer in technical trading, but I had some money and I found one very enthusiastic boy. His name is Kalpesh. I don't know where he is now, completely lost touch. And he came to me and he had another friend who used to work in one of the exchanges, who came to me and said, if you buy software, I will start working on it and you will benefit by that. I was not sure, and he said, I'll come every day at 6 o'clock and work till 10 o'clock, lock the office and go. So therefore he had come and he was using the charts, and a computer used to cost 1.5 lakhs. And this software was 1.25 lakhs. So that was, of course, not a dedicated computer, but anyway, I'm digressing. And that boy started using it, and I made money out of it. I told him that I'll give you 3 months in which to earn money out of it, and he gave me, I think, 2-3 companies, MRF, Supreme. Those are the companies which are straight off my head, and in which I could trade. So I would buy and sell, and I made enough money to cover my technical costs, technical software costs. He continued to come, he continued to give me 1-page views, because we used to make research reports. I would add it. So if I made a research report on Pateja Forging or Indiana Dairy or Shan Interval or Supreme Industries or Reliance or ATV Petrochem or Mupanar Films. Now these are all now in the, I think it's Supreme Petrochem. So all these reports, whenever we made, we would attach a last page which was a technicals, which said, oh, now it is being accumulated and things like that. But beyond that, I have not used technicals, and right now my knowledge of technicals is zero. My usage is less than 0, or I don't even look at charts. I don't understand. But there is a human mind and a human tendency to look for pattern in everything that happens. So when we go into the forest, we say, oh, yesterday there was a tiger in this area, so today again it would be there. And we are mostly wrong. We are completely wrong. Whenever we have spotted a tiger or a leopard, it has been more by chance than by design. Though of course the guide and the driver would pretend that it was their skill. But I now have 20+ years experience in going into the forest. Well, it should be close to 30 years experience of going into the forest. So I don't think it's so easy to find a pattern. Yes, the more experienced the people are, they will be able to find some pattern in, for example, if a tiger is seen in this place, somebody will be able to say next it will be seen there, it will move like this is the pattern, this is the route. But trying to use technology to make money with the use of charts, it's not worked for me. I'm not ashamed to admit that it has not worked for me for a very long period of time. I don't have the skills, but I know people with skills. But I don't know enough of them, and I don't see their results on a continuous basis. I would rather stick to my fundamentals rather than to my technicals. So but it is very natural when you look at a chart and somebody is able to tell you, now this has happened, so therefore this will happen. It's very easy to believe it. And they also tell you that beyond this is blue sky territory, we don't know what will happen. And chartists largely look at small time frame, so more useful for a trader than for an investor. And I'm more an investor and a small trader, and the problem is I don't give my money away to somebody else to do it. I try doing it myself, unless if I'm investing through a mutual fund. I seriously don't know why there can't be a mutual fund launch which says I will take only trading positions. Though I know the law and nobody likes a guy who is going short. and things like that. So therefore maybe charts are not very popular among good quality serious investors. But of course there are fabulous traders. I met some of them who earn in crores. I know one guy who's got a retainership fees about 2.5 crores a month. So he earns about 30 crores a year on chart views, and his personal money is only in bank deposits or in mutual funds. He does not have a position because he says he'll get biased. A good friend, so I know the kind of money that he makes. I know the kind of taxes that he pays. So there are successful chartists, but I don't think I would ever become one. So when you look at a chart, immediately there is passion in trying to find a pattern, saying, wow, it has been falling. Though I know words like it has been falling or it is rising makes no sense. You can only say today we are on a Tuesday morning or a Wednesday morning. You can say till yesterday the market fell or the market went up, one of the two. Today what will happen? None of us have an idea. We try to find a pattern, which is a human tendency to find a pattern in everything that we try to do. So is there a pattern? I don't know. I can't imagine, but I don't think I will be able to find the pattern. Now why does chartists work? Well, why do charts work? I somehow feel that there should be no congruence of ideas or congruence of strategy. Let me give you a simple example, a Mumbai example. So if everybody were to go by the 8 o'clock train, the 8 o'clock train would be crowded. So somebody would have a brilliant idea saying, look, 7:30 the train is not so crowded, let's leave early. So he starts leaving early or she starts leaving early and tells a couple of friends that, look, 7:30 train is not so crowded. It's the 7:59 which is crowded, not the 7:29 to be very precise. But then everybody starts preponing their going. So there is somebody who is going, everybody starts going by 7:29, which means now you'll again have to change your logic and start going at 7:25 or maybe 7:20, right? So you will have to keep changing your strategy. This is I think Morgan Stanley which calls it congruence of ideas. If all of us have the same idea, if all of us were to form a view that everybody were a chartist, if everybody in the world was a chartist, then everybody would be buying the same things, trying to sell at the same thing, so it won't work. And same is true if like Buffett or Charlie Munger say, if everybody were to be a value investor, then value investing won't work, right? So what is the edge that people like us have over other investors is thanks to the CNBC analysts, the CNBC guests who appear, the chartists who are there, the people who sell their chart newsletters. In fact, there are many people who make money in equity by teaching about equity or talking about equity or talking about charts, creating newsletters. I love these people because these are the people who give us the edge, saying, okay, now this is going to happen, and well, it doesn't happen. And if it does happen, it's good for the trader. It does not matter for the investor whether he buys more. For example, I have had the luck of selling Indigo at very good prices in the past and buying it back. Now I don't know what price to buy it back, but I sold when I thought that the price was about 2000. I thought this is too high and it is not going to sustain because oil prices were rising. I did not know about Mr. Putin's picnic to Ukraine, and I had no clue that was going to happen, obviously, like everybody else. But oil prices were going high and I was afraid that the margins would go down. Having said that, I also know that there is a contrarian view that this is a great time to be buying the share, so I could have bought more, but I did not buy. I was waiting. Luckily, I was waiting. Now, could I have found it in the chart? I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I cannot comment about others. But to me, charts don't work, or I can't find a pattern, and I can't find enough people who will find a pattern and tell me about it. So, right, so all these combination means I don't use charts, I don't use technicals. I use technicals once in a while. Now when some friend comes and shows off something, lot of charts are available for free, so if you want, please be my guest. But to me it doesn't work. But occasionally I do look at it when I am trying to liquidate a position or build a position, because building a position, which is portfolio sizing that I've spoken about, or reducing the size, is something which I do much more by intuition rather than by design. So I'll keep buying a share at a particular price, and even it gets lower, knowing that one day when it goes up, I'll trade in it. So even for building building a trading position, I can take 2 months. Even for building a long-term investment position, I can take 6 months. To me, it doesn't really matter. But do I use technicals? No. But when I see a fall on those days, I go and look at technical, then I call up somebody and then I check out and then I do buy. So to me, technicals doesn't work. You have to find what works for you. Don't come and tell me, oh, this is very confusing. You're not saying whether to use technicals or no. I can only say I don't use technicals generally. So 70% of the times or 80% of the times I don't use, but occasionally I do use. You find what suits you. Don't try to do a copy paste. Thank you.